In your talk this morning, you mentioned uncertain data and rising uncertainty. And one of the examples that fascinated me was you were talking about the possibility of using Watson as a debate partner or a system to be persuasive. Can you tell me a little bit about your thoughts in that area?
So the project, so I'll step back and remind us all that, originally we didn't do the Watson system to play Jeopardy. We did it to explore what could be done. Right, in natural language processing in particular, and OpenQA. And so this project around can a system be taught to debate is really a question around the next piece of natural language processing. Can a system learn through these different machine learning and other techniques? Can it learn kind of mood? Can it learn color in an argumentative sense of color, right?
Yep.
So can it read a passage and understand whether that is in support or in refutation of a statement, which is the basis of debate?
Yes.
Right? And so the research team is working on that, and randomly you assign a topic, and then you randomly assign the computer which side it's supposed to be taking, and what evidence does it bring to bear for the position that it is meant to be taken. And so I've seen this demoed a couple times. It's very interesting. There's still a lot of work to be done. I think there are some real opportunities for that. I don't know that there's a commercial business around it, but I certainly can think of some interesting real life use cases. One would be to help people better understand how others might interpret what they've written or said. We're all of us surprised all the time
Sure.
that what I meant was not what you heard.
Yes.
Right? Even more so, if you think about the statistics about the rising preponderance of autistic spectrum kind of kids,
Yeah.
right? One of the characteristics of that spectrum, whether it's a high-functioning kid or a very troubled kid, but one of the characteristics is not a lot of social cues, not reading faces or reactions well, but also a literalness with language that affects both how they interact with people and how well they do in school. That they don't draw inferences well. And so if a system could start reflecting back to the child how look at this passage and this passage, and they don't in fact say the same thing. I'm thinking about it a little bit like we talked about the Watson's Paths work with Cleveland Clinic. In that case, you're connecting facts to draw inferences towards diagnosis, right? But I think there's another piece of this that could be towards drawing inferences from text to help kids see either why two words are not quite synonyms, or how to draw inference because you've been asked to answer a question on an exam that is not a direct quote from the reading, but you have to infer across readings, right? Some of that critical thinking skill.